and salutations, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael, the Dead as a Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder First Edition, Reign of Winter, our winter-based fantasy adventure featuring these wonderful and incredible Patreons who help support my channel and keep me doing all the things that we do here on the channel. Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing?
Hello.
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 I realized I actually didn't check to see if all the animations were working, but I'm glad that it's all working now. And as you can see, look, my green screen's back and working. I'm a little bit paler than I usually am, but you know what? I'm gonna chalk it as a win because I was fixing it for 4 hours and I hate it. But you know what? Such is the nature of the online streamer. Now, for those of you who don't know what we're doing here, we are playing a live play TTRPG, which is, of course, a interactive, collaborative storytelling experience in which my players embark on this epic quest published by Paizo, as you guys in the audience get a chance to basically fuck around with that and make sure that their lives are either more difficult or less difficult, depending on how you're feeling at any given time. My job is to facilitate all the consequences of their actions. Let me rephrase that. My entire purpose is to deal with the consequences of Neil's actions during this entire escapade of what we do. So there we go. Now, now as we kick off into today's session, let's of course go around and give thanks to our sponsors who help us keep the lights on and do this amazing thing. First of all, Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks you can see on screen here. All the avatars of the players who are on camera are also courtesy of Hero Forge, which you can go to that website right now and make your own 3D miniature, as well as online token for your fantasy games. Whatever the case is, you can do a whole bunch of stuff with Hero Forge, like I do. Alternatively, if you want to, you can get them 3D printed for your in-home games as well. So that's all for that. Next up, of course, for our beautiful sounds, you can thank Sirenscape, as we have amazing soundtracks to make us look and sound awesome. For when we enter into dramatic moments, we can do stuff like... Oh no! Terra lurks behind the walls! Yes, stuff like that.
Drax has returned.
And, yes, he has. And, of course, if you want to make your game sound amazing as well, then also consider, checking out Sirenscape. And lastly, of course, we wouldn't be here without, of course, the beautiful VTT you can see behind me and beneath me and all of the other stuff, which is, of course, Fantasy Grounds, our VTT of choice, which allows me to prep my games and come across looking like an amazing GM. Each and every time. So yeah, thank you to Fantasy Grounds for helping me do that. Now, let's say we meet these characters, starting, of course, from the top left-hand side, playing the role of the Ratfolk Slayer, a person who has dedicated their life once upon a time to becoming a hero, but now has instead followed the path down the divine road of worshipping the god Norgorba and serving as his blade on the lands of Galarion. We have Kyrie, played by our lovely friend Calendria.
That is me. Hello.
Hello. All right. If you were to murder someone that you didn't want to murder, what weapon would you use as your tool of choice?
I would still use my daggers because they are what I know best, so I would know how to make it quick and clean and give them, hopefully, the least amount of pain.
I love that. That's amazing. Okay, beautiful. I love that. Beautiful answer. Next up, playing the role of the Samurai Kichiro, a traveler from a far and distant land who learned the ways of the sword and traveled in order to learn more about the world around them, only to find themselves thrown into an adventure of whirlwind proportions, finding them now, instead of being a wandering samurai, to be someone with a clear and marked purpose. They're taking on the role of the Herald of the Baba Yaga, one of the 3 notorious riders, donning the armor of Black Kichiro, the Black Rider, played by our dear friend Lucas, aka Mr. Game and Art. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing splendidly, thank you. And I gotta say, I'm super keen for our little secret discussions today. I'm working on stuff in the background. So, we'll see how that pans out. but I will be doing my best to facilitate what we spoke about, because I know we didn't really talk about that.
All right.
But I'm just letting you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. Let's go with. So your armor, your weapon, your horse, all of these elements are sort of all part of the Baba Yaga's regalement, like your duty and stuff like that. In terms of your own personal progress towards filling the shoes of the Black Rider, how does Kichiro feel that he is going? Does he feel like he's actually, on the right path? You feel like maybe he's, worthy of the title? I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, I feel like those are two different questions. So to the first one, yes, he feels like he's on the right path now. Now that he's sort of accepted it and embraced it. No, he doesn't feel as though he's worthy yet. He feels like he's still got a long way to go to earn that.
All right. I like that. Okay. Well, you know what? Plenty of opportunities will definitely present themselves in the days to come. Next up, of course, playing the role of a humble blacksmith, or at least the son of a noteworthy blacksmith, who is on a quest to try and free their country from the evil grasp of the Winter Witch. We have Jet, the the dragon-blooded sorcerer. That's what I'm thinking of. Played by our dear friend Marcus, the GM. Hello, Marcus.
Hello.
So Marcus, for you, I guess, share with us a childhood memory of the first time you decided to enter the forge while your parents were working.
Oh, it probably would have been when, you know, probably some neighborhood bullies were picking on me, decided that I wanted to let out some frustrations, and my father suggested beating some iron against the anvil to shape it into some sort of object that would have some meaning to me. And that's when I made my first dagger. And it still hangs up on the wall in the shop.
That's very sweet. And how did it end up making you feel about, like, these other people?
Uh, it over the years it tempered me to learn that I can't control what others do, but I can control how I react to those situations.
Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, next up, playing the role of the goblin occultist named Grax, a person who has a penchant for chaos and anarchy, played by our dear friend Immersion Diversion, aka Neil. Hello, Neil. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. Tell us about the first time Grax discovered his very, very first trinket, or his very first implement.
Um, ooh, uh, I guess technically, what was it? I think I was in the town and I had seen this book kind of laying out, but it had no pages in it, but something seemed a little magical about it. So I kind of took it, kind of started drawing stuff, and then animals started popping out of it. That's basically it. It's
and what did you think of that happening?
I thought it was interesting and awesome, and it was fun. Gave me all the friends that I needed. At the time, I ended up making more friends. But these friends helped me along. And stick. Basically, these friends helped me along with the friends I made now. These friends helped me stick by my side. So, and I just kind of fight with them. So. Yeah, they protect me, I protect these guys. And so the cycle continues.
All right. I dig that. Excellent. Next up, playing the role of our newest companion to this group, Rill the dwarf, who has taken up clergy and supported our heroes from behind the scenes with a myriad of support spells and the like, since being rescued from a pair of undead known as Hakuva. Rill is being played by our dear friend Brune Brassax. G'day, Brune. How you doing?
G'day, how are you?
Well, thank you. I think the question for you here is, you had a very, very close call with death, not too long ago, and I guess my question for you here is, how does Rill feel about their potential death during this journey? I mean, some people, they're like, oh, look, we'll go out for some coin, and the coin is so large that, of course, you think to yourself, well, maybe, like, it's not going to be surprising that I might lose my life on this job. But you're after a recipe, a family recipe, and honor is very important. But like, is it worth your life?
Well, he thinks it does, yes. It's
Yeah.
going to make his family happy. And hopefully, he can help a few other people along the way.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Well, hopefully that will definitely be the case. And last but certainly,
probably a recipe for disaster.
Recipe for disaster.
I definitely also feel that. And next up, last but certainly not least, playing the role of our dear monistic character, Cromwell, who has journeyed with the rest of the group from the long distant lands of Taldor and beyond, a master of martial arts who has come to understand that the world is quite a interesting place with many dangers and perils and people to see and interact with. This incredibly colorful character is played by my incredibly colorful friend, Tim.
Good evening.
Good evening. I guess my question for you is, has your martial arts style evolved in any way since your since you went on your journey, since you became part of this group of people?
Yes, it has. It's I guess in response to this group's strange tendency to constantly be fighting things bigger, larger, stronger than they are, it's become somewhat more brutal than it used to be.
Okay. All right. I like it. Fantastic. Now, guys, before we kick off, and thank you to all of my players for sharing some insight about their characters, we have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely audience members. Thank you so much for being a part of this show and for showing up and giving us your valuable time. Trust me when I say that it is greatly appreciated by myself and my players, because you guys make these games so much fun, which is why we invite you to come behind the GM screen and play with us by either using channel points to interact with the game with a number of different awards, including things like Divine Inspiration, interventions, insight bonuses, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. But also, if you do have the means to support the channel and help us continue to make these cool content shows, there is a little list of donations that you can do. Now, as you can see at the very, very, very top of my screen there is a fundraising goal, I guess, for what we're doing at the moment. We managed to smash through our Gen Con goal. We smashed through our Utah goal. The new goal is I want the collector's edition of Baldur's Gate. Now look, I am not very big on the vanity fundraiser type thing, but you know what? It's an Illithid fighting Dristuad, and god damns it, I want it in my house because that's a whole thing. And regardless of whether or not I get the collector's edition, I have already pre-ordered my copy of Baldur's Gate, which means I'm actually going to be doing a live playthrough as a roleplay kind of session of Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out later on in August. So yeah, there's that. Now, I believe we do have some rewards already listed here, and thank you to our mods, Calindria, for putting this up. First of all, we have our second drawn plot twist, which sneaks in late to the movie. Hey, Sunblighter, welcome in. You have gotten Unwelcomed Arrival. All right, an Unwelcomed Arrival. So I'm going to hang on to that one. A natural 20 has been issued for Kichiro and Cromwell. So let's get that. One for Kichiro and one for Cromwell. We have 2 Jinx points. Thank you. And 1 and 2 Jinx points for moi. And a hero point for Kichiro and Grax. All right. A hero point for Kichiro and a hero point for Grax. Boom. There it is. All right. So very, very big thank you to, let's see, who gave us that donation? I have an anonymous $25 donation. So thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous, which was Malakisa. Mally! Hi, Mally! And I think I saw Schooly Eye as well coming in with our other donation as well. Gracias, por favor. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity. Mwah, mwah, mwah. But let's explain what the support stuff is to the people who may not know. All right, super quick. For $5, you can grant one of the red tokens to my players or one of the purple tokens to me. These are hero points. They can be used to roll with advantage or disadvantage if I'm using them. Mwah. They can also petition the GM for nonsense. They can also be used to stave off a killing blow, and they can be also used to increase or decrease a roll by a certain amount. For $10, there will be a random draw of 3 cards from my plot twist deck. This plot twist will represent something that will happen in the game as soon as I find a place for it, and it will take place. For example, we have the Unwelcomed Arrival as our current one from Schooly Eye there. For $20, we have the coveted Golden Nat 20, which is, as you imagine, a natural 20. For gosh darn it, what's the other one? $50 for the big old $50. $50 is a big reward. You can either boost an encounter that the group is fighting at the moment, making it a harder, more challenging quarry, or you can provide my players with a magic item, either of your choice, their choice, or a homebrew that you can create and will be thrown into the mix to swit. Lastly, but not leastly, we have the grand old $100 secret menu item. Now, the secret menu item is a secret because we only mention it at the very start of our show. We do not bring it up again. That's just part of the whole thing. And here is where we go with this one. Now, our heroes are currently trying to break into the Whitethrone, the capital city of Irrisen. Now, there are creatures here, very bizarre creatures, who are basically sentries that guard and kind of observe the goings on and report it to the queen. Now, these I've always found were a little lackluster, a little bit meh, like they're basically guards who can spy on people, and that's fine and dandy. What I want to, however, do is create a lieutenant rank for these guys, where every now and then they may come across one of these lieutenants who, in place of a face, actually has a mirror of either opposition or a mirror of, basically, it's kind of like it'll reverse your senses. So up is down, left is right, back is front. It will inverse your reality for whoever is reflected in their face. So I'm going to create an entire guard line. And the donator, the kind donator that gets the secret menu item, will get to name and design the first of these ranked NPCs. So yes, big bad. Well, I say big bad, not a big bad, mini boss bad. He's a mini boss bad, a wandering mini boss that will be traveling through this region. So yeah. Hey, and we have Tony the Tigger throwing in a nat 20 for Jet and a hero point for Cromwell. Oh, look at that. That's amazing.
It'll be just our luck. One of the guards is actually Frostbite the bear in disguise.
For Rill and Cromwell. Oh, so we're gonna even it up. So everyone's now fully loaded. This is a fully loaded table. Holy crap! I think this is the first time for this group we've had a fully loaded table. I feel like I need a bell. I need to like ding 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 ding. All right.
We've
You
had
got
it, but maybe not with Rill.
yeah, maybe not with Rill. All right, there we go. All right, I'm done now. I'm good. We have finished it. Yes,
They'll
it
go
takes
pretty
me-
quick. It's all right.
I feel like 25 minutes in is probably one of the quickest times we've done this. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, without any further ado, our heroes have made it down beneath the icy snow into the sewers beneath Whitethrone. Let me just load up our... Oh, it's just chugging. But, you know what? Let's do the recap. Our heroes are currently on a quest to go to Whitethrone in order to seek out the dancing hut of the Baba Yaga. The reason being is that the Baba Yaga herself, who is supposed to depose the current queen, has gone missing. And it is up to our heroes to try and find out why. Kichiro, who is now taken on the role of being the herald of the herald of the Baba Yaga, in particular needs to find out what has happened and restore order in this wintry land. Failure to do so means the entire land will be blanketed in a endless snowstorm, and everywhere will fall under the rule of the Winter Witches. To sneak into Whitethrone past the guards, they have managed to find an old smuggling tunnel thanks to the aid of an ally they'd rescued from the town guards upon arriving here. But, as was previously mentioned, these tunnels aren't all but abandoned, and our heroes have encountered a large crocodilian creature in amongst the wading refuse that lurks here. It is ambushed, as most ambush predators do, our poor friend Jet, who is now trapped in its jaws and just slid kind of satisfyingly down the gullet of this giant creature. We are going to re-roll initiative because we are in a new game. So let's hit that initiative button here. Oh, wow, that crocodile did not do well. All right, our new initiative order is Cromwell, Grax, Kichiro, Jet, Kyrie, Rill, and then the crocodile. Now, Rill, remind me if you can. You cured yourself of the ant poison, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, in which case...
I used a hero point, I believe.
Yes, correct. All right, in which case, let us begin with Cromwell, our monk. All right, what do you do as you see this large crocodile swallow up your friend in one single gruesome bite?
That was unexpected. Can we still see it?
Can you still see it? Yes, you can.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll do the first thing that comes to mind. We have the... I suppose we don't need the map. We can drop it on the combat tracker. I will quickly duck underwater and then launch myself up into like an uppercut into the thing's stomach to try and get it to vomit up Jet.
Okay. That would require you to swim underneath it and try to bury yourself beneath it. I'm going to need a combat maneuver as you try to dig around and get beneath it.
Okay.
I feel the need to point out, you also have a small rat person attached to you.
Well, that person will have to fend for themselves.
See him start to go over and go, nope.
All right. The crocodile's CMD is a 26, sadly.
Ooh. Well, that's pretty close. I could add one of those sweet red hero points.
Yes, you can. All right. Throwing out a hero point will give you a +4 after the roll, making it a 27, which will indeed be enough for you to bury yourself beneath it. Now, you can make your attack from underneath as you try to hit it in the stomach to get it to regurgitate. Poor Jet. By the way, Grax, just FYI, because you weren't here last week, you are here.
Yep.
You were just basically tagging along. We
Right.
didn't.
I'll add a stunning fist just in case that can help.
Not a problem. That is a
Woohoo.
direct hit with your Fist of Fury. All right, that is a 14 points of damage. Very nice. Now, the crocodile's going to make 2 saving throws here. 1 fort save for the regurgitation, and 1 fort save for the stun. So what's the stun DC, by the way?
10 plus half level plus wisdom modifier, which will be 17, I believe.
17? All right. So with the 17, that'll be the DC for both the stun and the regurgitate.
Okay.
So he is not
Oh.
regurgitating, and he is not stunned.
Oh, it's worth a shot.
It was. It was. All right. So move action, standard action. Anything else?
If it's a move and a standard, then I can't make any further attacks, so that would be it.
All right. Grax, you are basically swimming in this water. It is pretty much just like kind of in that uncomfortable bit. Like you could stand on your tiptoes and be okay, but like it's just like the water is up to your neck as you're sloshing around here.
All right, so not being able to do much because I'm trying to figure out how to keep my head above, but I also want to be able to help out in ways, but I can't really swim that well. So I kind of stick my book into the sky, and I just like, Myrtle, we need you, or I need you. And a dolphin jumps out of the book, and I'm gonna summon it right next to me so I can get on top of it. And then yeah, so it'll be my action to summon the dolphin so I could easily be able to get around and swim.
All right, not a worry. As you summon forth from the depths of this rather toxic and horrible place, a dolphin, which is that. I don't think I got a dolphin mini. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Oh no, I do. But it's an actual photo of a dolphin.
And then I ask Myrtle if somehow you see Jet pop out of there, just go get him and get him out of there if you can. If I see him, I'll let you go. I'll let you know too if I see him.
I'm not
that's all
making
I
dolphin
can do.
noises. Good job. All right.
Thanks.
All right. As you've summoned forth your dolphin companion, we then move to Kichiro.
Yes. Kichiro is going to do stuff. No, I guess there's not a whole lot I can do here. I'm gonna move forward slightly. I don't think I'm in range here, so I'm gonna move forward slightly. Drawing my sword, and then I'm gonna try to slash at this thing so it will, let go of or cough Jet back up. But I'm going to avoid going for its midsection because I use a katana and I don't want it to, hit him while I do this.
All right. You are very carefully trying to aim your katana as you slash into its scaly hide. Make your attack. Ooh, you are... Oh, my goodness. Roll another nat 20 for me, please. Just a nat 20 in the chat.
In Jet? Okay.
Oh, actually...
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
it's dead.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
we have done it. There is one Golden House rule that persists many editions now that still holds true in my game. And for the very first time, I think, on stream, we have 3 consecutive natural 20s on an attack. Kichiro, you have
Wow.
on the clock.
Uh-oh.
You're on the clock. 60 seconds. You may describe in any way, shape, or form how you slay in a single glorious round, whatever you want your turn to be. Doesn't matter. It's your scene. How you slay this crocodile and remove what is effectively 170 hit points. Go.
All right. Kichiro will swim forward, hands still empty yet. He has not drawn his sword. He grabs hold of the crocodile, pulls himself up onto its back. Once there, he draws his sword moving forward, raises it above his head, and slashes down from left to right, severing its head.
You've still got time.
Made it in the time limit.
No,
You want you to keep going.
you can
Oh,
have
you want me to keep going? I thought I was supposed to be doing it quickly, so I did it
Well, don't
quickly.
forget, Jet's still in there. You're the GM for another 30 seconds.
Okay. So I got to get
Reach
Jet
in.
back out. Perfect. All right. Once he has completed the blow and the head is severed, he will sheath his sword quickly. He's going to reach down inside the gator's gullet, grabbing hold of Jet and ripping him out.
All right. As you rip out Jet, you basically come out. Oop, there it is. You then come out, held in one hand by Kichiro, who is literally just pulled you out of what looks to be a stump now. The crocodilian head lying listless in the sewer next to you. What do you do?
Oh.
Oh, who do we lose? We lost
Tim.
Tim. No. That's right. I'm sure you'll be back.
You accidentally killed him too.
Uh-huh.
No.
You accidentally kill him? Too?
I didn't actually. We were busy.
All right, well,
I like Rill's idea there.
Jack
Neil,
is
let's get
gonna-
you into the thing while we're waiting for Tim.
My phone's over there. Hang on. Over here.
All right.
Okay.
So Marcus, yes. So Jet, as you've been pulled out, go with your. Well, what's your reaction?
well, obviously he's gonna scream, "What the fuck just happened?" Like he is. I mean, first he was swimming and then he ends up inside of a crocodile. He has no idea what just happened.
Well, I think you're just in a crocodile, but now you're not. And the part of it's over there, and part of it's floating over there. And all is well, so let's keep going.
Before we do though, I'm gonna swim over to Jet quick with the Myrtle, and I'm going to heal him with Fleshmend. Pitch you up there,
I'm going
Jet.
to flail around in the water. Until someone comes fucking gets me.
You know what? You know what?
Well, I'll give you a hand.
I'll pick up Kriya again.
You know what? While everyone does this, you can see that there is this this tiny rat folk that happens to be in the sewer. He goes, "Oh my God! You killed a freaking dinosaur! Wow, that was incredible! How cool!" Because I'm gonna react to you if no one else is.
I mean, I can't.
No, it's fine. It's too late. Moment's gone.
I already nearly drowned by rolling a one or two.
Oh, me! I nearly drowned. Ooh, it takes you
Okay.
2 seconds to be like,
Hey.
hey.
Oh, okay, so you want to be like, good job.
Yeah, that's right. Pat him on the back. Be like, good job, samurai.
can't.
That looked
I
really
can't
hard.
reach him because I can't swim in this.
As far as I know, I stood up after being underneath the crocodile and surfaced.
Okay, sweet.
So hard.
Look,
my head popped
Look,
off.
unless your character's intelligence is 3, and you see a samurai cradling one party member with one hand, a blood-drenched samurai sword with the other, and a headless crocodile, if you can't piece that together, that's fine.
No, I got sewer water in my eyes.
Hey, what just happened? Where did his head go?
That's all right. I got your back, Lucas. Don't worry. I'm just sitting here keeping it real, just being like, I thought that was cool.
Kyrie turns to the dolphin and is like, "Was that you? Did you do that?"
I mean,
So,
it is a giant
I, as a
crocodile,
player,
and
thought
it
that was
does have a-
awesome. Me, as a
and it does have
character,
a
I'm just kind of like,
giant
yeah, yeah, that's what
just
I
kind
should
of
be doing.
just kind of
This is just
shrugging it
every
off,
day.
like, yeah, whatever. It's a Wednesday. Just
Yeah, exactly.
Heatro's like, I do this every Tuesday.
Amazing.
Meanwhile, me as a player, I'm freaking out that just happened.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god, that's right. It was the perfect cut. That was it. That was what it was. You'll travel. Most samurai travel their entire lives never making that cut. But there you go.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like,
You've
pretty
I
come a
can now
long way
die
since
and no-
undead chickens.
And you know what? Schoolie Eye has a very, very good point. You know what? Scratch the compliment coming from the rat folk. You hear that compliment coming in your mind, and it is actually in the voice, which I haven't made up yet. So bear with me when I get to that point. But it is in the voice of your sword, who actually compliments you on your strike, saying that it was perfect form, and it was so smooth. Basically, the wound itself didn't bleed for a good while after you cut it. You're pretty sure the crocodile didn't even realize it was decapitated for a while.
In fact, crocodile's still alive for one turn. And
Ah,
yeah.
Yeah. Don't laugh. That's legitimately like that's the thing with reptiles.
Excuse me, or do most stories not end well when this weapon starts talking to the heroes?
And that's only in your games, and that's because you keep abusing your weapons. I remember your paladin with like 20 shields.
Wait, what?
Hey, shields can be weapons, dude.
Yeah, no. Basically, he had a character who had an ability where he could shatter a shield to negate crits. So he carried like 20 of them and just like.
Right, 3. I had one shield in each hand and one in my back.
Oh gosh, yes.
Anyway, all right. As Rill so promptly pointed out, the creature is felled. The time is of the essence. While it is warmer in here, which is likely how this crocodile has managed to survive in here, a frigid land is still being approached by the magics here. With a small amount of time left to healing, you can see a walkway that isn't too far away from you guys that you can pull yourself out of the water if you need to treat your wounds. Presuming you guys don't want to just be doing it while you're swimming at the same time.
It'd probably be safer to walk along that path up there.
Yeah, well, I think we should make our way over that way. Up on the ledge.
All right, you may do so.
Okay.
I go wherever Cromwell goes.
Your dolphin sits there and can't follow you because it's aquatic.
Yep. I'd probably just be hanging on the edge while we're waiting to heal up and stuff.
I know it's like technically a real dolphin, but for some reason I'm imagining Grax on one of them little dolphin-shaped pool floaties.
Oh.
No.
All right. What? No. Jet says 11.
Well, we gotta have a look and see if the coast is clear. Then I'll use my magic and I'll eat this up. What do you think? So he's just saying. Does anybody want to have a look before we before I let out like a pulse of healing energy, or should I just do it really?
Oh, so yeah, 30 foot away. Given you've got dark vision as well, Rill, you could probably see within 30 foot that look like. Oh, actually, this is actually a good point as well. In case people don't know my house rule on healing, hit points are like your vitality. It is akin to your stamina as well as your like surface wounds. Damage to organs or limbs and stuff like that, healing spells do not work. So if there is absolutely no chance at all that a decapitated crocodile will benefit from your healing in any way, shape, or form. And likely within 30 foot, outside of the giant crocodile, there would not be many things here because of the giant crocodile.
You should have it come back to life, have Kichiro go, hold on, and then go back
cut its off again.
and cut its head off again.
I'd like to see you roll 3 20s again. Yeah. All right. So really, you're gonna send out a cure light, channel energy?
Real he's just gonna wander down here and have a look down this alleyway first. See if he can see anything down there.
All right. Once again, as you look down, you see that the sewer continues around the bend a little bit further. You can see that there's maybe a turnoff about 30, 40 feet ahead.
Just picturing Rill's mind. He's imagining a horde of enemies just around the corner, slightly wounded, that are waiting for his healing spell to go off.
All right, ready, George? All right, now.
Well,
you fool.
I think your coast is clear, so yeah, here we go.
All
right.
Now, because of my level 6 ability, add 50%. Oh no, not on that, because it's only cure spells.
Yes,
so
this is not a cure
6.
spell. Yeah. All right, you heal 6, which heals most people up almost full. All right.
Cool.
This takes about a couple of minutes, by the way, if anyone wants to talk, assess, do things, or otherwise continue moving on.
Kyrie wants to know how Kichiro just did that.
He does have a giant slaying artifact weapon.
Well, then why hasn't he done that to everything else we've come across?
I think
because they haven't been giants.
You have been trying to do that, haven't you, Kichiro?
What's that?
You have been trying to do that, haven't you?
Yes, every time.
So Real waves his axe around with light on it, and he kind of peers it over the water and looks back at everybody else, chatting. So what are we doing? Are we going to go down this tunnel here, or are we going to go back in the water? What are we going to do?
Well, we were going left, so whichever is the leftmost direction, I would suppose.
Well, I just did a circle on the spot going left, but it didn't work. So we're just going to go down this way, pointing towards the water.
Could I have the map opened up?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Thank you.
So what is this this thing to our left in the middle? What, like, is that water again?
It is it's more water and a small alcove.
Okay.
Well, I'm all for going left, down this way, pointing to the left. Just because if we go back that way, pointing, and then I see Myrtle, and Myrtle just poofs because a minute has gone by, and I don't have any more implement points for it.
Sure.
And yeah, and well, I can't really swim that well either, so I could try, but
does the water keep getting deeper, or is it about the same?
You cannot tell it by looking at it.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking someone picks up grass.
Is he still on the rope?
Yeah. All right, Grax, here's what we need you to do. We need you to walk forward and hold this stick with notches in it.
Okay.
Also, look out for crocodiles.
The water is very murky, is it not?
Whilst we're on dry land, perhaps we should investigate this section.
All right.
Let's go look.
Having a look in this small alcove, you can see that some of the areas here look as though it was made once upon a time to collect runoff from the various places in the city. However, ever since, something has occurred, maybe an accident, maybe a catastrophe, who knows, this piping has been sealed off. So you can see that there is large slabs of what look to be ice that has been caked over these about halfling-sized pipes, and there seems to be this kind of red chalk or red dye that's been painted in the form of a strange symbol. Those of you who are local, which will include Jet and Rill, would recognize this as a colloquial keep out sign.
Well, I would imagine that heading towards the ice would be the correct direction, would it not?
Correct direction. Well, then let's go. And Greg's gonna keep walking.
You bump into the wall of ice that I literally just
Oh,
described.
well. Sorry, I was still half recovering.
What, recovering what? The one brain cell is tired and now it just
Yes.
needs a bit of a long rest? God damn
Yes.
it. Oh, never change, Neil.
Have we got anything to perhaps melt the ice?
Jack will tell them that the symbol basically just means keep out.
Well, I mean, giant ice blocks and a keep out sign. That's practically a enter here sign, isn't it?
Well, if we wanted to melt it, I could, because I don't have much magic left to summon another like elemental. But
Well,
I could eat one of these scrolls and get some back and then summon it.
I'll give it a few good hits and just see if I can figure out how thick it is, or if it's just a sheet, or whether it's like solid all the way through the pipe.
All right.
You give it a good whack. It seems pretty thick, probably about maybe 30, 40 inches thick.
Okay, so quite thick. We do still have those pickaxes that we got off the trader to dig.
Jack has an
dig
idea.
cracks out of the river.
Yeah.
He looks everywhere. He's like, I have an idea, but it would probably be best if we, or at least the rest of you, stood back far.
I'm already way the fuck over here.
Well, it's just ice. What are you gonna do?
And then Jack is also going to take a couple steps back.
What?
I'm guessing fire, my man.
Ah.
And
I could throw fire at it too.
And at the pipe.
Let the man have
Jack,
this.
As soon as everybody's retreated, Jack is going to cast fireball at the pipe.
Whoa.
I thought you were just going to do a heat metal.
Yeah.
All right. Roll your damage.
You don't just have a heat metal, do you?
No, I do not have heat metal.
Okay.
So,
oh my gosh.
All right.
Oof.
Something begins to drip out of the cracks in the ice that are starting to rapidly melt. It looks as though something is moving on the other side. Could be water, could be like fluid or whatever.
Well, anybody else see that?
Grax will take a little bit closer look. Just kind of get up like to maybe here.
Make
Try
a
to
sense
squint.
motive check.
Sense motive.
Yeah.
oh boy.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to.
Maybe.
Well, while this is going on, Kiria's gonna turn to Kichiro and be like,
Nope.
So, if we go in there, you're just gonna like behead everything, or?
I'm gonna try.
All right. You begin to make your way closer. The smell becomes putrid.
Oh.
Even for a
What if we
goblin?
send Grax first?
Even for a goblin.
Yeah, I've always sent Grax first.
All right, Grax.
Sorry,
We'll
this
move
is
up a little bit
I'm
as
having
well.
Kiria give a random conversation to Kichiro while you guys are doing whatever. So that was to him.
All right. Grax, you get closer. And you eventually come to right next to where the pipe is.
Oh god.
And the pipe looks fine. Looks like another big hit, and it'll like give. But you don't sense any danger. It doesn't seem like anything. Yeah, it looks fine. There's nothing untoward.
Guys, we're almost there.
Yeah.
Scale
One
of
more
1 to
big
10,
hit
how
like
bad
that.
do you think this thing they're doing is gonna be?
Grax thinks it's fine. There's no danger. There's like.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
look-
Curious still asking Kitu.
It's me. Yeah.
sorry.
Kichiro will just sigh and shake his head. And he's like, "Well, it usually doesn't go well, so I can't imagine it'll end well for us."
Carmel, I think one big hit now would clear that raid up.
Yeah, well, ice is melting and everything, and we just hit it again. It should be right.
Yeah.
Is popcorn a thing here?
Not in the sewers.
No. I mean, like in the world of Pathfinder. Is that a
Yes.
like a
Yeah. Popcorn's a thing.
So then Kyrie can mime like holding out a bucket of popcorn and eating it while watching these guys
Sure.
probably cover us in sewage, more sewage.
Well, I don't have anything fiery, but I think Rill, you said you did.
I think it's all melty now. I think you can probably just punch it.
Yeah, well, I could fling some fire at it, or you could just punch it. What do you think?
I can shoot it with my crossbow, see what I can do. So you know what? Yeah, I'll just shoot it with my crossbow.
It does absolutely nothing.
That.
I mean, I could punch it, but it was quite thick.
It doesn't look nearly as thick now that the fireball's gone off.
Oh, okay.
I could fling a firebolt at it. Hey, DM, does it look like do I have to roll the hit if I'm going to do this?
Nope, not at all.
Excellent.
All right, you launch a firebolt.
I go, Grax, where we go?
All right, you make another attack. Nice, a good hit. More of it melts. It's almost there. It's not quite yet. Grax, you think this is... Yeah, that's exactly what it needs to do. Because firebolt's cantrip, right? No.
I think
that was a
firebolt's
cantrip for me.
Yeah, so firebolt's a cantrip. Yeah, this is the way to go.
Yeah, Rill, do it one more time.
After I do that, can I see anything else different with it? Like, can you see anything more behind it or anything like that? Now, who am I kidding? I wouldn't be thinking of that. I'd be throwing another fireball.
Yeah. All right. With
with
another blast, the ice gives way, and you watch as the pipe runs clear and free. It drips into the water, but you notice something as well. This kind of almost like scum that has blocked up the drain starts to slide into the water as well. Like it's almost like a pimple or a zit. This huge mass that just sort of sloshes into the waves.
Well, what's that? Can you see where it is, Grax?
In the water? Yeah,
well, what
sure.
This thing is to come out of the pipe.
Oops. I look in the
Bill moves
water.
up a little bit, holding his light up from his axe. Can he see anything?
The water is dark, and with the scum that is now in it, it is now very, very cloudy.
Well, the way is clear.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, way's clear, so we just go that way, don't we?
Yeah,
Come
let's
on,
go.
everyone, let's go. We're going this way now.
Was the pipes on the end of each walkway or in the middle?
The pipes are on the ends of each walkway. You've just cleared one of them.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah.
All right. Also, Neil, can I get you to check chat super quick?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So, Grax begins to walk into the tunnel. It is dark. It is narrow. Who's following second?
Rill normally brings up the rear since he's quite tanky. Well, tangy. So he'll go last.
All right. Do you have dark vision, Cromwell?
Yes, I do.
Sweet. All right. So Cromwell. Okay. Sorry. Give me your walking order. Just place yourself on the actual walkway in your walking order.
Why the sigh?
Yes. Either where you want to be, in front or behind me.
Why the
Man, I already
sigh?
placed myself. You place yourself wherever you want.
I mean, don't worry, because whatever gets rolled, Jet's
Riding on my shoulders.
On your shoulders. No, not actually.
We're just gonna
So
check
it's
out Jet's
narrow,
missing
so only one person can fit through at a time.
Yes.
All right, cool. Kichiro, after you. Go cut off whatever's heads out there.
All right. So Neil, your Grax is going in first.
Yeah.
Did you read the message?
I did.
You going in first?
I have not. Well, I wasn't even going first. Then I said, "Well, Kichiro, you go first. I think you'll be a little bit stronger. I'm gonna stand back here a little bit first."
Oh, he's being cautious. You might want to watch out. AJ!
Hey, welcome in, partiers from Winter's Tales. You guys will feel nice, warm, and welcomed, very figuratively, of course, not literally, because we are playing Rain of Winter, a Pathfinder first edition game. Welcome in, everyone. So good to see so many familiar faces. Faulty, Reed Isle, GM Workshop. I hope your game of Dragonlance went well. I couldn't catch much of it, but I did see my favorite people all in one place over on GM Workshop. And can we give a quick shout out to not only our dear friend AJ, but also our dear friend GM Workshop as well, please. I also see JMT. What's up? Welcome. So many cool people. Mirrorman. Oh my god, Mirrorman's here. Look at that. Mirrorman. Thank you so much for the follow. We actually very, very funny that you mentioned that you're here because things, and yeah. Also, I can see we have a Batmerp, we have Professor Clunk. Oh my god, so many people. Thank you, everyone. Mwah. We killed everyone. Jesus, of course you did. All right. Your favorite people and Rob. Yeah, that's true. My favorite people and Rob. Yeah, that's Rob. What he was saying about you. What the fuck is Rob saying about me, huh? Hey, thank you so much, Tony the Tigger, for those subs. Rob says he's better at my job than me. He reckons. I'm definitely going to be putting that to the test. Oh, he's going to... You know what? It's really funny because I know his fans will sell him out to me, and I guarantee we're going to see exactly whether or not Rob can do my job better than me. All right. But yes, more on that tomorrow, I guess. He will show me up tomorrow. Oh yeah, I feel like this is gonna be an experience that Rob is going to either love or absolutely hate. Thank you. Cheers. All right. Now let's recap really quickly. Our heroes are trying to sneak into the city of Whitethrone. The reason is that they're looking for the dancing hut belonging to the Baba Yaga in order to try and find the Baba Yaga so she can overthrow her daughter, who is currently the queen of Irrisen. Because she wants, the Queen of Irrisen wants to freeze the entire world. The Baba Yaga is missing. The group is trying to find her. They're currently in the sewers underneath the city, sneaking in and around, and they've found a tunnel that was sealed off by ice with a big X saying, "Do not enter here." They naturally have melted the door down and have entered thusly. They are about to walk into the dark, cramped, claustrophobic area, and we're about to see what horrifying and terrible thing is about to happen. So, without any further ado, gentlemen and lady, can I please have you roll me stealth checks as you make your way quietly through these pipes?
Quietly, he says.
Give me a second. I gotta check something. Yeah.
All right. Your footsteps tremble.
I'm so stealthy.
With the exception of Kichiro, who rattles.
Ooh, I got a 1.
I'm going to use a.
But still did so much better than you.
My stealth.
Yes, you may absolutely do so. Jet is dipping into one of the hero points. Not a problem. Boom, there it is. Hero point has been consumed.
That's a lot better.
I
Greg's
can't
actually
abide by a
stealthing.
nat 1 when that's like... I have plus 15 and that's shit, so I will also use one of my hero points.
Let me put it this way. Right now, you'd be throwing them away if Kichiro is keeping their 3. Just saying.
Oh, I gotcha.
I'll use one too. Why not? I'll use one every roll.
Rill has a
All right.
+2 in stealth.
All right.
Yeah, fucking.
He's got a 4.
I mean, it still comes out to a 21. I'm not mad.
All right. So
Sure.
the lowest number I believe on our stealth checks is now a 12. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can I get everyone to make perception checks now?
You're so greedy. You know
Also,
that?
Grax, what was your stealth check?
I actually wasn't stealthing.
You will need to stealth.
Oh, I thought because of other things I wasn't. But
Nope.
okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey,
There we go.
24.
26.
Okay, very nice.
29. What?
All right. It doesn't sadly overcord. Overcord. I don't know why I say chored. Overcord. No, it doesn't. In first edition, a natural one is just a 1. Though there are some house rules that are that way, but you know, I'm happy. If you're good at something, you're just good at it, you know. All right. Now, Kyrie, I'm going to say that you're the only person who can notice the next few things happening. But Grax, I would like for you to take on the role of the GM at this point and describe what you are going to be doing as the group proceeds forward through the dark.
Well, as the group proceeds, as I kind of behind them, I'm following behind them, but also with like a little smirk on my face. And then you see me kind of weave my fingers back and forth. And I am going to cast a spell.
You don't need to be coy. You're the GM.
I cast. I'm going to on as much as the group as I can. I'm going to cast glitter dust.
Why?
Because
you gotta, dude. You gotta follow the script.
Oh, sorry.
There's no if or buts or anything you can do beyond that.
You gave Neil.
I'm not used to GMing.
No. This is straight up. You have to complete your objective.
Yes.
All right.
So thinking,
you know that Neil will know about the most roundabout way of completing anything.
Sorry.
That's very true. That's very true.
Also, you're gonna have to tell me what that spell is for us newbies.
Glitter dust? Oh, so glitter dust basically makes sparkles go everywhere. So if you're invisible, you're not invisible anymore. Which, very nice try, but no.
Well, it also blinds creatures.
Nope. You weren't.
It does. That's what it says on mine.
It's not on your script, though.
Oh, well.
Your script says one thing and one thing only.
What it says, Dirty Neil.
Murder.
I was trying to do that as part of the script, but okay.
No, because it doesn't do
that.
All
right.
It doesn't even remotely do that.
True. All right.
You know what else does that? You stealthing, which you did. Lucky you. Look at you using a move action for the thing you could have used a spell on.
I don't know, just okay.
Do the thing, Neil.
I know, just.
Do you want to send me whatever this DM is, and I'll take care of it?
Like a band-aid, Neil.
I just
got nothing but time in a tunnel.
From behind the group, I kind of sneak up behind Rill, and I take out my crossbow, and I aim it at the back of his head, and I fire.
All right, make an attack against a flat-footed Rill as you fire your crossbow.
He's gonna still fail the traditional Grax way.
21.
Yep.
Like
Very
I said.
It's very
Plus
true.
4?
Or at
Well,
least
plus-
Hold on. He has Jake's
Well, plus
point.
4 hit?
Flat-footed.
or at
yeah,
least
he's
it would be if I didn't burn my nat 20.
Flat-footed, yeah. Ooh, nat 20.
So I'm going to burn my nat 20. That is a critical hit on your crossbow as you fire it into the back of Rill's head. All right, deal your damage.
15 points of damage.
Is that the best you've got?
Well, it's a D4 plus 4.
That's not what I asked.
Oh. I mean, that's technically the best I got.
Yeah, that is actually technically the best you got. Wow, okay, fair enough.
I could target one of the others to attack him instead.
No, it's fine. No, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Could
All
Rill
right.
just reactionary just swing his axe completely
You
around him?
can. As the bolt hits you in the back, you are uncertain of where it comes from. You turn, Neil, if you want to, you may make a stealth check to snipe. That is to say, you will hide immediately after having fired.
Yes, please.
All right, make a stealth check. This will be at a -5, by the way. So 21. So that is a 16. Rill, can I get you to make a perception check as the crossbow hits you in the back? You turn.
Oh, no.
And are we hearing this commotion?
You are?
Well.
Okay.
You do not see where the crossbow comes from, Rill. You have your axe in hand.
Yeah, I just spin.
All right, what do you do then?
So I've spun around and I've got light on my axe. Do I see him?
You do not.
I like.
But he is gone.
Where did that come from?
All right, hearing the commotion, the procession stops and looks back. You see blood pouring from Rill's back.
I like turn around. As you can see, my
Are
back.
we
I got
in-
like a crossbow bolt sticking out of it.
Are we in initiative order?
You are not. Not yet, anyway.
All right, cool. So I can see that it's in his back?
Yep.
Cool. I'm shoving past to try to see what is behind him.
You shove past. You don't see it. Make a perception check, actually. Yep.
All right.
Nice. You do see
Aside from that, you son of a bitch.
You do see
See
in
Dag.
the shadows. You do see Grax crouching behind some of the like slime that's caked on the walls in this area, with a crossbow at the ready.
I'm assuming there's a bolt, say, sticking out of Rill, or how does that
Yep.
work? Okay, so I can put two and two together and be like, the fuck? Cool. I'm gonna study him. And then I'm gonna rush at his ass. And then I'm going to try to knock the fuck out of him.
All right. We will roll into initiative at this point. Grax, you were up first, followed by the something, which I won't mention. Rill, then Kyrie, then Kichiro, Cromwell, and Jet. All right, Grax, you see Kyrie rushing towards you, weapons drawn. Weapons drawn? Weapons drawn.
Yes.
All right, what do you do?
I point at her and I say, "Kill him," as I point to Rill. I'm gonna command her to attack Rill.
Ooh. Nice. All right. Make a will save, please, Kyrie.
I'm pretty
I
sure that
can
is
drop
the
it
worst
on
one.
her.
Hold on. Yes, it is.
All right.
Oh no.
Let's
I can
do
drop
it.
it on her if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Automatic failure.
I love it.
That's bad.
Reverse
No, I know.
command.
I know.
All right.
So the target is compelled to kill. You have to
You have to
mental
attack
urge
Rill
to kill
to the
its
best of
nearest
your
ally.
ability.
Yeah.
Okay, so even though my intent going after Grax was not lethal, the command will alter that to make it lethal against Rill.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, it says the target attacks its nearest ally on its next turn with the melee weapon or natural weapon.
That is correct.
If
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Get ready for my full round, buddy.
Sorry, Rill.
At this point, within the mind of Grax, a voice seems to resonate from deep within. Let me just check to make sure that I've got this set up right. Pardon me. Sorry. Where is it? There it is. And yep, that's fine. Okay.
Excellent work, my puppet. But your work is not done yet. Once that one who serves the light is dead. Snuff out his axe.
The axe? The axe.
Destroy
Yes. Yes. The axe.
All right. Okay, that is the voice that you hear in your head. It does nothing else. Rill, it is your turn. What do you do?
Oh yeah, what do I do? Do I see the intent on Kyrie's face?
Ooh, good question. Make a sense motive. Let's see if we do. Also,
Well,
by the
actually,
way,
did I see Grax cast it on her? So
yes.
Yeah, you
you've
would have
got a
heard me say
clear
to
line
her.
on. You got a clear line on Grax as well. Now, really quickly, if any one of our audience members have any questions about our characters, who they are, what they might be like, or if you've got questions about the story or the encounter, please let me know in chat, and I will be happy to answer as well. All right.
Okay. So this is going to go bad, but I'm going to do it anyway. So Rill is he's going to take a step towards the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get attacked?
Technically that would provoke an attack of opportunity. No, if you 5 foot step it,
5
you will
foot.
not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what I do is holding my axe out, I shove my hand forward, and I go, Well, calm down now. Well, just so you talk about this, all right? Just hang on a second. And I cast Calm Emotion.
Ooh, actually, I think Calm Emotion might actually counter Murderous Command. Who are you casting it on, Grax or Kyrie?
So its range is 100 feet plus 10 feet to my levels, and it affects all creatures within a 20-foot sphere.
Oh damn!
Ooh.
So I'm going to cast it
Going
in
for
between
both.
both of them.
All right, very nice. I need a will save from Grax and Kyrie.
Do I press something and drop it down, or
They'll make the saving throw as long as you know what your DC is.
16?
19.
Oh!
And they
Wow.
both make it.
Well,
Good work, guys.
right, I failed the other one, but he did the shit out of that one.
All right.
I can't burn hero points to make them fail, can I?
No, they could burn hero points to re-roll if they wanted to. That's still perfectly fine.
You know what? Sure.
Oh, we have to start before that. McClover gave divine intervention because it is a divine intervention from the group, and this is still technically one check. I will allow both of you to re-roll the will save.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yep. Some service for the fans.
Hey!
But that,
I'm good.
So Kyrie,
Okay,
however,
I will.
Kyrie is calmed as you look like you're about to turn and attack Rill. A wave of that calm washes over you, but this also means you can take no hostile actions. And yes, grappling counts as hostile.
Okay, so I can't do the non-lethal to try to subdue him. Okay.
No, conflict is out of the question. Kyrie, it is your turn. Diplomacy and stuff like that's fine. But yeah.
I would like to take my turn to try to find whatever has caused Grax to do this.
You quickly take a look around. You have difficulty seeing anything that's the cause. Do you have knowledge of nature by any chance?
Probably not. Hold on. Dungeoneering, geography, and local.
Go with dungeoneering. I'm happy for dungeoneering.
Okay. And I have to check one thing. No, geography. Okay.
Yes!
Nice.
I do have to concentrate on it as well.
All right. Well, you notice something. It's very subtle, very small. Blink and you would have missed it. Look in a different direction and you wouldn't have seen it. But the mold in this tunnel is moving, almost as if it's trying to watch Grax, almost like ferric fluid, always pulled and drawn to their direction. And you realize, is this some kind of like ochre jelly? Some gelatinous monster, like an ooze? No, it's too complex. It's broken apart. No ooze, when it's broken apart, uniformly acts and behaves together. Well, none except your eyes widen. You read about this in a book once. A blight. These are not just oozes. These are entities of corruption. The corruption of nature. This is a sewer blight. They are only known for one thing and one thing only. And that is the ingestion, the digestion, and the absolute destruction of everything within their territory. But they're not just about mindlessly sweeping clean a dungeon like a gelatinous cube would. No, these things intend to expand their territory, and will often infect host minds with domination spells, taking control of people to open pipes and to create passageways in the deep, squishy, and thin areas of society so that they can extend further. But they do have one flaw, one thing that they dislike above all else, and that is sunlight. Rill, emblazoned with the holy symbol of the god of the sun and the god of light, has basically drawn this creature's attention. And it has instructed Grax, who came into physical contact with it when he examined the pool of water, to kill Rill.
Sounds like a grand time. One quick question before I do anything. How the mind control thing, like how does that work? Is it area of effect? Is it like he's cursed? How does that work?
It is a single target dominate spell. It'll basically allow him to follow the command of the instruction given to him by whatever has dominated him. It usually has a duration in the vein of time, but I do have a special rule, which is snapped to senses. A non-lethal blow of sufficient damage will allow for another will save to snap someone out of the control of something else.
Okay, and then, sorry, I lied, I have another question.
Yep.
The calm the motion thing, would I just not feel like causing any damage?
You feel like
would
not
it be
taking
something
any
where you
hostile
know-
actions.
Okay. So then what Kyrie is going to do, she's going to focus on wherever she thinks this thing might be, even if it's in multiple places. And she is going to be careful not to turn her back on Grax, because I feel like that would not be the smartest thing ever.
Sure.
And then she's going to try to relay the information about what it is in case someone knows all that information.
Sure.
And she's going to let Rill specifically know that his weapon is currently the key because this thing does not like sunlight, and that we need to protect Rill.
Done. All right. Which brings us to Kichiro, our kitsune samurai.
Uh-oh. If it controls him, it'll make him put on a yellow jumpsuit and kill Rill. The mere thought has stunned Kichiro into silence.
Sorry. Yeah, I was talking to the little one. Yeah, so sunlight. I got nothing for sunlight.
I'm a samurai.
So-
I have a sword. It swishes.
Yeah, and I'm also the Black Rider. I don't really deal with light. I'm the
However,
nighttime
I will
guy.
say that at this point in time, actually, this is a really good point. Let's take a moment, because I think it's been a while since I've given you this, and you've done a really, really good job. So, at this point, you feel a familiar sensation coming over your body, as your armor, the armor of the Black Rider, herald to the Baba Yaga, begins to speak with you. Yes, she speaks of the sewer blight. These creatures are familiar to me. Used to be quite a nasty creature that dwelled beneath the city long ago. I thought they killed it. Clearly they've had other things in mind. I suppose if ever the city were to be taken by an outside force, they would unleash this terrible creature to, well, kick them in the balls. Listen, if you do wish to illuminate the situation, then you should speak with your sword. While your sword itself serves the Black Rider, the night and the shadows are not our tools or our weapons. The darkness that represents the Black Rider is the dark that is fought back and defeated and overwhelmed by a greater force. And that force is you, my lad. Seeing you fell that giant crocodile, I'm fairly sure the sword will bend to at least some of your command. But you'll need to discuss it with, well, him. The armor goes quiet.
Kichiro will have this conversation in his mind because he doesn't want to speak out loud just in case this blight can actually hear what he's saying.
Sure.
He'll thank the armor, very appreciative for him chiming in at this moment, and then he will kind of look to his sword and attempt to commune with it in the same way.
All right. Resting your hand upon the blade, known as Giant Breaker. What do you say to it?
Old friend, I know it's been a while since we've come to work together, and I haven't actually spoken to you. I was unaware of your true nature until recently, but I am in need of your aid if you are willing to help. I require assistance in defeating this blight, as it were.
All right. Roll a diplomacy check as you do so. All right. That is the wrong music. Hold on.
I'll say
Yeah.
that's definitely the someone's dying.
Yeah, that's my
Music.
someone dying music. Sorry, Real.
Yeah, I got real worried when I rolled, and
Yeah.
that's what came up.
Yeah, no, my bad. I pushed the wrong button. Here we go. All right, bear with me while I throw this out there. Okay, just need a couple seconds. Just winding up. All right. In front of you, a small flame flickers to life. And you watch as a face of a red masked samurai from your homeland appears in the air in front of you. Now, no one else can see this, only you. It simply exchanges a stern gaze with you. What do you say to it?
Oh, that's it? Okay, I wasn't sure if there was going to be more. Kichiro will sort of bow politely to it. I've always considered you a dear friend. Like I said, I unfortunately was aware of your respect and reverence, and I would appreciate your assistance if you would deem it acceptable.
You would ask my help, yet you still call me things like Giant Breaker. You say I am old friend, but you do not even know my name. Why should I help an ignorant whelp like you?
That is a fair point. I've not always been the best student. I've absolutely made mistakes in my life. But now that I am aware of your true nature, I am grateful that I have treated you in the way that I have up to this point. You have always been the most important thing in my life, ever since the day you were gifted to me. And from this point forward, I will make a concerted effort to show you due reverence and treat you as a true friend.
He kind of considers your words. And then he says, "Then you must know my real name. Speak it. It is Teru no Fuji."
Ah, Teru no Fuji. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Do you say that out loud?
To him. It's still in my mind, communing with him.
All right. What do you do then?
Was I supposed to say it out loud?
Yeah. Look, I like anime, okay? I want bunkais, okay? Say the thing's goddamn name.
Okay, I will say it out loud then. I will
All right.
speak it so everyone can hear it.
Sweet. As soon as you say it out loud, you are all finding yourself suddenly in a slightly more cramped situation. As in place of where Kichiro's arms are, they're not gone, they're still there, but hovering a short distance away from them are another set of samurai arms, floating, literally wreathed in fire, holding a sword almost identical spiritually to the one that Kichiro has. Now, Kichiro, while after you've said the name of your weapon, you've unlocked its first tier after your 3 nat 20 strike, plus your communing with the armor, who now vouches for you. Your weapon will, while you say its name, have the same reach as if you were a creature of one size category larger. In addition, you will do damage as if you were one size category larger. In addition, your weapon now gains the ghost touch quality, meaning that you can hit incorporeal creatures.
Nice.
But most importantly, it also illuminates with fire, which, simply by holding it up, you watch as the mold begins to retreat backwards. This will allow for another will save from Grax.
All right. So there we go.
Rill turns to Jet, standing next to him, and he goes, "Are you seeing this?
22.
Are you seeing what's going on?"
That is not enough to break free, but you do also recoil
What?
from the bright light.
Aha!
As we then go to Cromwell, our Uriad monk. You see this obviously happen right behind you as well.
So what does
Many
it
words.
say? So we can see the ooze thing now? Or?
It's kind of like everywhere. Like the mold that is in the tunnel is the ooze. It's all interconnected. It's like a network of like bits of plant and gunk that is caked on these walls that all, communicate together.
Right.
But as soon as Kichiro's sword, the ghost sword appears, all of them start pulling away. They seem to be retreating from the light.
But in no particular direction, just in general.
Yeah, they're just kind of trying to find like thin spaces and like cracks and crevices. They're just basically trying to get away as best they can.
Yeah. So at the moment, our only current threat is Grax.
Correct.
Wow. Right. Well, Grax, it's you're an odd fellow.
Well, it's been nice knowing you.
I wouldn't put to be honest, I wouldn't put it past him to have accidentally shot us in the back trying to hit something else. I'm going to use the dragon style and charge through my allies and over any difficult terrain there and tackle Grax to the ground.
Oh gosh.
All right, combat maneuver against Grax as you reach up and you attempt to grab him. All right.
Oof.
That is enough to hit your CMD. Grax, you watch as Chromo comes up, grabs underneath your arm, pulls you back around, and basically just ensnares you within his big, bulky monk arms.
Let go! Let go!
All right, Grax is struggling. It's fighting. It's pulling his way, trying to get out.
Whoops.
All right, what now?
Oh, that would be my action.
Oh, that's it. All right, Jet, you're up next.
Jack is also going to run up and rip Grax's crossbow out of his hands.
All right, make a combat maneuver as you try to grab the crossbow from Grax.
You know, I'm very confident in my strength, but I'm going to use my nat 20 for it.
Oh.
Do you want to roll it before you use the nat 20?
You know what? Yeah, let's see that. Let's. Where's my?
I think he's denied his dex to AC in the grapple.
Yep.
Yes. I'll take that into consideration.
Yeah, no.
Yep, okay, you'll burn the nat 20. Boom! Grax, your crossbow is out of hand. You are disarmed and grappled.
Can I use a hero point to, you know, just whip it as far away as possible?
Yeah, not a problem. It is flung clean across the sewer and rattles to a still further ahead of you. He would need to fight through all of you to get his crossbow back. Grax, it is now your turn.
I was hoping for a bloop into the water.
What's that?
I was hoping for the crossbow to go.
Yeah.
Oh no, this area doesn't have water. Yeah, this area isn't around the water. Yeah.
Well, my original plan was going to be to break his crossbow, but I didn't want to be too mean.
Sure.
You should have broken it.
All right, Grax, what are you doing?
All right. What kind of action is it for me to eat a scroll?
Standard, I think.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna eat a
it might
scroll
actually be a move
to get.
action. Hold on, let me just double check here.
I've got the devour books and scrolls.
Let's see. Devour books and scrolls. Never full round action that provokes an attack of opportunity. You can do it though.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanna get another point back because I forgot how many points.
Sure.
Because I believe it's a level 1 scroll of it's the arcane scroll of magic weapon is one I've got on me.
All right, done and done. All right, Grax, you reach down and you pull out from your pouch a scroll from its case. As you do so, you open your mouth and you swallow the scroll whole. As this does so, the magic of the scroll explodes inside of you and fills you with magical energy as you feel your spells and your powers returning to you as you absorb the writings on that scroll.
Okay, I believe it gives me.
It gives you a amount of points equal to whatever level scroll you've eaten.
Okay, so it's a level 1 scroll, so I get 1 point back.
Yeah, I think
so.
So I will then put it into my.
Full round action. And it does provoke.
Yeah. And I will put it in my conjuration.
Let me just double check. Yada yada yada.
Hopefully I get another turn off.
Fun fact, you can also ready an action to devour a spell if an enemy casts a spell.
Mm-hmm. Well, it has to be a spell scroll. They have to be casting.
Yeah. But it's still funny that you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Equal to the number of mental focus equals the spell of the highest level contained in the scroll. Yeah. Okay, cool. Sweet. All right, now what?
Well, I mean, it was a full action or a full turn action, right? You said to devour that.
Oh yeah, that's
so
it.
then I would. Yep, that would be my turn. Hopefully, I can get one more go.
As the reaction, yep, I'll try and. Yep, so I will use it to convert to a pin and just slam him face first into the ground.
Nice, you do so.
Do I also get an attack on him?
Do you have a weapon out?
I've got my claws.
Oh yeah, you can slash him at him if you like.
Gosh.
You miss. Somehow.
Of course I do.
Actually, hold on, wait. Hold on. Let me just check. He is pinned.
Well, if I don't
flat-footed.
get- if
no,
I
that
don't
will
get
hit
my-
because he is flat-footed.
Oh,
Isn't it
perfect.
just my dex? Or
Yeah, that's what flat-footed is. So you lose your.
yeah, so I have a 20 AC then.
No,
not
you
22.
got 17 AC for your flat-footed.
Oh, flat-footed. Never mind.
All right, 4 points of damage as you're scratched on the face. Now, Grax, the
Yep.
voice returns to you yet again. As it does so, it simply says,
Stay safe, little puppet. I will have need of you again soon. But for now, we will wait.
and Grax,
Oof.
you are yourself again. You come to your senses. As you're being pinned.
He's down. Kill him. Kill him.
Ah, what? No.
As Real comes in for a coup de grace.
What happened? Do
Don't
I know
believe
fully
him.
what happened, or Michael? Would I know what happened, or is it just kind of?
You've got no memory or recollection of what's happened.
Okay.
You're
Guys,
just suddenly
what are you
being
doing?
attacked.
Ow! Stop! Ah, my arm! Ah.
Who's down? Someone kick him in the face.
No.
What are you doing, Grax?
What do you mean? What am I doing? We were heading up the tunnel.
Like, bikes we were. You turned around, you shot me in the back of your head. And I go, rip. I go, see?
Did the,
You begin to bleed out.
Did the Jesus?
But I
Did
don't have my
the presence
crossbow
of the
on
blight
me.
disappear?
That couldn't have been me. That.
Well, Kichiro's sword is illuminating much of the area, which, by the way, let me just add that to your light sources real quick.
Plus I'm flailing my
There we go.
my throwing axe around.
Yep. Plus the axe has also got some light on it too.
Right. I
don't
mean,
even have
like,
my crossbow
did
on
it
me.
just disappear, or
You
does
can't
it
see.
appear as though we have killed it?
You can't see any of the fungus or the mold around you anymore.
Okay.
The last dregs seem to have retreated, for now at least.
Well, you better explain yourself pretty quick. Because otherwise this axe is going somewhere where the sun don't shine.
What? No, I don't even know what's happening. Why are you pinning me?
You very well know what's going on. You shot me in the back.
No, I didn't. I don't even have my crossbow.
Didn't Kyrie share
Not
all that
anymore.
information about like the blights and how they control people and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Is there any way to know when someone isn't being controlled?
You look him in the eyes, and you're like, "You wouldn't lie to me if you look me in the eyes." And he's like, "No, no. There are some spells and stuff like that, but not just casually. But for all intents, it looks to be. You do see recollection on his eyes. You do see that he is not trying to lie to you, and even if you do try to like use sense motive, he is not lying to you in any way.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Will, I can heal you up. Just need Cromwell to let go.
Well, that's going to be a start, right?
All right. Grax gets up and begins to mend Rill, confused as he is being told of all of the acts that he took in the last few minutes. You have no recollection beyond scouting the tunnels, but you kind of get this inkling that your friends are not trying to lie to you to beat you up for no reason.
Yeah.
You
Well,
look at your hands, you check yourself for wounds or markings or anything like that, and you think maybe it's some sort of spell or magic. It might be worthwhile while you're in town to look into it and maybe see if there is someone who may be able to help. But with healing done, you begin to press forward. And
Oh, hold on.
eventually-
Kyrie
I
has
go pick
3
up my
things to
crossbow.
say.
Yes, go on.
1, next time we see a sign that says "Leave it the fuck alone," let's do that. That's number 1. number one.
You know what's really
Number
funny?
two-
This is actually the second time Tim's done that to the exact same sign. The first one was a whole crypt filled with vampires.
Sweet. Number two, Ichiro, what the hell is that?
Oh, yeah, what the heck?
I was
Sure,
gonna
when
say,
did you
he's
grow
just standing
two
over here with his
arms?
giant arms and flaming sword. Just
I
chilling.
said it
That's
just before. No
terrifying.
one said nothing. I would have dropped
Nobody tells me
concentration by
nothing.
now
First you cut the head
power
off a
motion.
crocodile, which was awesome, and now you've got two arms? Two more
And
arms,
number
I mean?
three, we should have known better when Grax didn't want to go charging in first.
It is unlike him.
Just so we
Well,
all
it
have
did
this
go in
information for the future. Ichiro, you haven't answered me.
Well, you kept going, so I wasn't sure if you actually wanted an answer.
But it did go in first.
Kichiro is going to make introductions between his sword and the rest of the group, introducing his sword by name, calling him Tiro no Fuji.
Hello, I'm Grax. And then I proceed to name all of my animals.
Jack just smacks Grax
At least in
on
the
the
book,
back of the
I know some
head.
of them.
There is a certain amount of, respect that's being paid to the weapon and stuff like that, and the spirits there within. Also the magics of the armor and all of this stuff. But there is a pause that you guys get, where you realize that the more that you've gotten to know Kichiro since he took on the role of being the Black Rider, the more the power seems to be welling very quickly, in fact.
and telling him things.
Yeah, it becomes like, basically he's talking to it and he's taking its advice and its thoughts and its wisdom, and that's, I guess, good for now. But what happens when the armor or the sword tells him to do something that isn't in your interest? You considering this.
We have gone through school together, been on this whole adventure. If you ever do need to speak, Kichiro, you can talk to us.
Yeah.
Kichiro will nod to Cromwell. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Jack is just in awe at the Black Rider's power.
Yeah, this stuff is like fairy tales coming to life for you.
Can Kyrie feel the urge to commit violence again?
Yes.
Or am I still calm? Okay, cool. Everything's good. We're good. We're back on track.
Stabs Grax. God damn it.
Immediately
Why?
stabs Grax.
All right. Well,
Grax, this time you are first.
I mean, I was the whole time. I went first, and now you're pinning me.
So what exactly was wrong with him? And can we do anything about it?
Short version is mind control. And I doubt anybody here is going to be able to do a whole lot about it.
Can we knock him out of him?
We could, I was going to say, knock the shit out of him and see if that takes.
Well, I can do something about it. I can cast a spell, and we'll see if it works. What do you think?
I don't know, I'm okay.
I could just punch him and knock him out.
Didn't you already try that and it didn't work?
No, I can cast a different spell. I got lots of spells, you see.
I mean, won't hurt to try.
I got spells too.
Sure.
Don't.
I mean, it
Don't
could.
hurt.
You are in trouble. You shush. For a second.
Right, need to clear some room. Everybody stand back. Get ready for the power.
I stand really far back.
Why does it
Except
feel
what
like
you stay right there.
You don't move anyway.
No.
It's based on
Poor Grax here is just like, I didn't do anything.
And then I hold my axe up, and then I reach out towards Grax, and I cast Dispel Magic on him. By the power of Serum Ray, I
What?
cure whatever the hell is going on with you. Right, there you go,
Real can make a will save.
Oh.
For some reason, really, I always feel like you're trying to sell us something when you cast your magic.
That's a 4. So I'm going to use a hero point.
You can use a hero point if you like.
Well, you can do a reroll.
I've thought about it, Skull AI.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Could do
you'll
a
definitely
reroll.
need a reroll. All right, hero point. Let's throw it out there. Go for the reroll. Let's see what happens.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Right there.
Oh,
That is a
It's a
natural
definite fail.
1, ladies and gentlemen.
Apparently,
So,
I should have taken Study Ally.
Rill, I'm going to send you a message. This is now a thing. It doesn't have any effect immediately, but this is where we're at. Hold on, give me a second.
Securia is gonna look at him and be like, "So how do we know it worked?"
I go, it did. It works. My magic
It
always
didn't
works.
work last. It did not work last time.
It 50% work. You know, you
Ah.
felt better.
50%
I'm
of the
still
time.
going with knock this guy out. Who is agreeing with me?
Oh,
Are you
Jack
a
is
used
cracking
magic
his
salesman,
knuckles,
Rill?
just absolutely ready to just knock someone out.
I only needed one to agree with me. Let's do it.
Everybody just calm down. There's no reason
No.
to be fighting each
No.
other.
Immediately, as soon as Grax says, "Everyone calm down," Jack is gonna knock him out.
What?
Don't you take this from me. You'd let me help.
Oh no, he's gonna let Kyrie help, of course.
Rex tries to.
Well, I think we should just keep going. What do you think? My magic worked, right? So I reckon
No,
we should
Cromwell
just
let me
keep
know
going.
because I healed Real.
Well-
That's fair.
Well, to be fair, you have no idea that he is under the effect of anything, so it's like you say your magic worked, but he wasn't really under effect of anything, so it's like I cast Dispel Magic on the thing that isn't magic.
Yes, but
Yeah.
Rill always thinks his magic works.
Yeah,
I
that'll
need
work.
to violence. Let's violence Grax.
Yes,
Why?
I agree.
He's basically like, what? It's magic. Magic always works.
Ah!
All right. After bludgeoning Grax to death, no.
No.
Wait, no.
After a short stint, trying to make sure that nothing weird is going on because my group is paranoid and they don't trust me for some reason. I don't know why.
It's not you I
Um,
don't trust. It's Grax I don't trust.
They
It's not
they
you we
continue
trust.
down the sewer tunnel and eventually come to the breaching sunlight. As they step out, at long last, into the Howling District. Allow me to put you guys on the
While
map.
he's
And
unconscious,
Grax doesn't
I'm
react
gonna,
to the sunlight, correct?
Ah!
He does
While
not
he's
select the
unconscious, I'm
sunlight.
going to make sure he doesn't have any more thunderstones on him.
It's so
Very
bright.
well. All of the Thunderstones that Grax now has are in the possession of Cromwell.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have
Oh.
Thunderstones. Okay,
All right.
you have 5.
And you don't get the horn.
Hey, Dag, before we step out, can I do the thing?
Absolutely. You may take it away and describe what you do while I play around with stuff in the background.
Sweet. All right. So once Kichiro sees the sunlight, before they step out, he's gonna stop dead in his tracks. He's gonna close his eyes and take a deep breath because he's about to do something that he promised himself he would never do again. He's going to kneel, and then tell everyone to give him just a moment. As he's there, it sort of looks like he's meditating, and then his features begin to morph, and he turns into his human form.
Can you
Yeah, kneel like
describe-
taking a knee, not kneel like you.
Can you describe it for me, please? Preferably
His human form or the process?
preferably taking
Turns
about,
into
I don't know,
kneel.
like say 60 seconds to do it. You know, just saying.
So as he's sitting there, his ears begin to sort of flatten and lower on his head, becoming much smaller. His hair begins to recede. The fur that covers his body begins to recede, leaving just a shock of red hair and a red beard with a little bit of white splashed into it. His features, his snout sort of shrinks down to a human nose on his face. And then the only thing that sort of even remotely betrays his appearance are his eyes, which are 2 different colors. One is the color of his eyes when he's in his true form, and one is a blue eye.
And just like that, you are now changed.
Whoa.
Yeah, like that.
What?
That's it.
What
And
in
he's only
the
got two
good
arms now.
glorious Torag's left nipple piercing is that? What has happened?
So seeing that we have been to school with him for some time, well,
Oh
most
my
of us
gosh.
have. Do we know that he can do this, even if we've never seen it?
That's up to Kichiro. I mean, I'd say that general knowledge, only I'd say Cromwell would be aware that Kitsune have this ability, as Cromwell is also from Tianxia, which is where Kichiro is from. As for the rest of you, I'll leave that up to Kichiro, if you've shared that with other people before.
No, it's not something he would speak about because he promised himself, after his adopted father died, he promised himself he would never use it again because he had to, growing up, he had to remain in his human form almost constantly. So the people around him didn't know what he truly was. So once he was essentially out on his own, he promised to never use it again. However, the current situation, too many people have seen that the Black Rider is a fox creature in black armor. So for tactical advantage, he feels that this is the best way to go.
All right, done and done. And almost as if I was completely ready with this, wham.
Do you mean
there is
you
now
could do this the
Kichiro
whole time?
on the thing. There he is.
Are we sure this is Kichiro?
Well, it does look like Kichiro, and I mean, the armor is quite distinct.
I mean, with the head cutting off and the glowing arm sword thing, and now this? Are we?
I mean, his hair, beard color is the same color as his fur.
Well, I mean, whilst he hasn't done it before, and he doesn't speak much, it is something that he is able to do.
How?
Kichiro will get back to his feet and look at the group and explain that this is in fact something he's been able to do his whole life. It's a trait of Kitsune. They can all essentially do this. They all have two forms.
Oh.
He's not going to go into detail about it. He's just going to kind of leave it at that.
Can I do that?
No.
Are you a Kitsune?
Well, you can try.
Can you do
No.
that? Can you do the same as him?
Maybe if you concentrate very, very hard.
Yeah, too much work.
All right. The winter air greets you as you arrive back on the surface. As you are behind some of the houses, as you come out of the sewers, there's a kind of almost fetid stink about you, having crawled through that quite rather long distance of muck and ick, basically. But you can see a series of kind of hovelly houses here. This is the southern district of the town of Whitethrone, known as the Howling. Now, from here, you were told by Ringa, who was the man you saved, that you have papers to be in these districts, but it is best if you get them touched up to be more specific to yourselves by seeking out Morton the Forger, who will who basically give you more stuff to work with. But to watch out, because this district is called the Howling because the Winter Wolves, the guardians loyal specifically to the Queen, are the ones who run and manage this area. But this is only one of many dangers. One of the many dangers here. You're also trying to find the Dancing Hut. You're also trying to find Jet's parents. There's a lot you guys can do, and at this point, we're going to be doing sandboxing. So, guys, where would you like to go, and what would you like to do?
I can't move my thing, and I did the thing on accident. Thank you.
There you go. All right.
All right.
I'm here to make sure Rill doesn't blurt out that we're looking for a forger.
Rill drops into the snow and makes a snow angel. That's the first thing he's gonna do.
Jack is
sure.
Oh, go
ahead.
Done.
Perfect.
Well, that
Can
feels
we
so
leave
much
him
better
here?
now.
Well, if we are to interact with anyone here, I think the first thing we should do is probably wash.
The bar.
Tavern, yes.
If they have a bar. I don't know.
Tavern, yes.
So Rill reaches down and picks up a chunk of... would there be like a chunk of ice or something on the ground?
Sure.
Yep. So he's still got light on his axe, so he casts light on the ice. And he goes, well, going to a tavern, that sounds like a pretty good idea. And then he crushes the ice in his hand. And he says, well, we could just, go in there and just break the ice.
Very dry
Kick
humor.
roll. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I don't actually kick roll because everybody hates me right now.
I do love that you did that entire setup just for a terrible pun. Well,
Well, sadly, you guys have never been to this town, nor do you have any idea if there is a tavern in this district. It is a very large city, and the only way forward is to look around.
Can I
Go
follow
forward.
my nose?
Wherever it goes.
You smell snow, you smell wood, you smell pine, you smell lots of wet dog.
Just
I
curious
got a,
smelling food.
Yes, I would say
Niet.
that's what I'm looking for.
Niet.
I
Niet.
got a little question. So, for a certain item that I have on me, you said that hero points, if we use it beforehand, it can give us a +8 before we know the result, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, and it's +4 afterwards.
Sorry, yes, it is.
Does that only apply to skills and attacks, or does it apply to any D20 roll?
Any D20 roll.
All right. If that's the case, Jack is going to let the curious nature of the knucklebone get the better of him, and I'm going to use my hero point for that +8.
All right.
So that no matter what, unless I roll a nat 1, I'm only gonna get a good thing.
Here comes the one.
All right. So for those of you in the audience, one of the donated gifts, Rill, you have also gotten a hero point for your pun from our dear friend McClover. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, McClover. All right.
Funny, where would that come from?
Now, one of the audience rewards that were given was an artifact known as the Knucklebones of Fickle Fortune. It has a whole bunch of random effects. And I guess we'll find out what happens when you roll it. So roll your d20 and add 8. If you get higher than 20, you will need to re-roll.
All right. That's higher than 20.
Wow.
Yep, go again.
Does he still get the +8?
He does still get the +8. And
Well,
there's the
there we
one.
go, there's a 9. So for the next week, Jack emits a horrible smell, and I suffer a -4 penalty on diplomacy and stealth checks.
So as he rolls the dice in the snow, it tumbles a little bit and lands on a symbol that represents KOG, Gog. This then begins to emit this horrifying smell. You basically everything around you smells like peat in a bog that just lingers on your body. Let's give you you know what, I'm just gonna add the condition.
Oh wow! I'd really like to take credit for that one, but
Pete.
that just was me.
Jack puts it back in its little pouch and ties it back around his neck. Not what I was expecting, but
Your curiosity is satisfied.
of course I get of course I get the nat 1.
Actually, you got the 9.
Well, yeah, but I get but I rolled a nat 1 for the 9.
Well, you did essentially roll with disadvantage.
Sure.
Yeah, it should have just been a 20.
No. All right. So
I think he's trying to say, don't try and trick fate.
well, no, I mean it basically just negated the first 8 values, so that's fine. Still works that way. Yeah. Anyway.
Rill creeps up. Doesn't really creep up. And just looks between these buildings.
Sweet. Between these buildings, you see a number of individuals going about their day-to-day lives. These are kind of like lower middle class kind of individuals, not quite as impoverished as the fisher folk who are outside the gates. Some, most of these houses are like maybe 1 or 2 families sharing a house. But all in relative care. Some people walk past you and they, sort of, nod or say good morning as they notice you.
Oh, wow. I don't have any weapons out. My weapon's been put away.
Sure. They don't mind even if you did. Some of them have weapons, but some of them don't. Just carry on. Woman's got some baguettes. Walks past. Small
That
child
smells pretty
has a
good.
lollipop. Walks past. Old
So I've
man
taken
has a
care of
dog.
her, baby.
Walks past.
We find a map of the town. That way we can see where possibly things are.
You mean in this alley behind someone's house? No, you can't find a map here.
No, I mean, yeah, we just kind of walk through town to find a map, and then
Well, then you should start walking through town.
Can
I can't.
how tall are these
we're
buildings?
still.
Sorry, Kyrie?
How tall are these buildings?
Single-story houses.
May I climb up on this one to try to get a better look? Lay of the land?
I guess, yeah, you can. Don't have any problem with that. You can look around and you kind of see pretty much a lot of houses. There appears to be a god house, like kind of in the central area, as well as a lot of dog sleds with supplies being sent to a kind of like an L-shaped building, kind of near the middle, like kind of middle western kind of thing. It's like a, I don't know, yeah, kind of looks like a. It's over here. It's this one.
Okay, yep, I see it.
Yep. That's it.
I look back at everybody else to see what they're doing.
Oh, and there's more to the city, of course, to the north, but there's another checkpoint further up ahead.
Okay.
We might as well go in, because otherwise we're not going to see what's around. So
I begin to look around for Smelk.
You mean the elk that we left in the fishing village?
Yeah.
That would have
smells
no
Yeah.
way of getting inside the wall.
It's a magical
Is
elk.
Yeah.
do we know if Morton is known as a forger? Like, if we look for Morton, is everyone going to be like, "Oh, these guys are suspicious," or do we not know that information?
You have no idea.
All right, cool.
Are there any taller buildings around?
Just the guard post in the center. All right.
Is there any, like, because I'm trying to figure out how to, like, put this into words. Like, you know how you can tell the difference between, like, smoke if it's through a fireplace versus, like, smoke versus something actually, like, burning down?
Are you asking me if there's some sort of blaze currently going on in the capital city?
No, I'm asking if there is the kind of smoke you would see from, like, a smithy.
A smithy. Interesting. Let me have a look. Yet. They're not in this area.
Okay. Because that would be the first place Jack would check, is any blacksmith's area or even, like, weapons shop.
That makes sense.
And
Well,
Greg
I-
says, or Jet has my crossbow, so I'd be going with Jet's if.
Yeah,
Nice
I
work.
have. I also
Promos.
have Grax's crossbow, so he doesn't do anything with it.
Just taking
Oh,
my stuff.
I stopped one of the citizens moving by.
All right.
I go,
You
Well,
happen.
excuse me. Well, blessed be by sunrise light. And whereabouts is the closest tavern?
All right. The person who you just started talking to happens to be a middle-aged man who is carrying a pile of papers. He looks like some sort of kind of like person who's like hangs flyers and stuff like that. He looks at you and says, "Good afternoon. You look for tavern. There's pretty good tavern center of Whitethrone if you look. His name currently escaped me because This not part of map that actually have tavern, but apparently everyone's still looking for tavern. But even though there's not one here, I guess have to make one up.
Well, we don't
I
have.
mean, you could just say there's not one in this part of town.
I said
Call it
this
day.
twice now, but apparently people don't
Yeah.
like listening to words that come
No,
out of
I'm
me.
saying. So then don't worry about it. Just.
Oh
just
no
let
no no!
us-
Apparently, this will not be left behind if this is not
He's
is not discussed.
You got papers on. Do you know?
I mean, if we ask enough people, that will create the demand for them to start a tavern for us
That's right.
in this part of
Do
town.
you know where we can find someone named Morton?
You know, you are the 10th person to ask me about a tavern today. Maybe I will start a tavern business.
Maybe. Maybe it'll all come up me. All right, here we go. So Whitethrone.
Oh, jeez. That's right.
Actually, yeah, that's Schoolia just made a good point. Greg still has
Let's see.
the belt that lets him turn into a weasel.
It looks like. Nope. There's none there. There's none there. There's none there. There is none there. There is none there. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope. Nope, there's none there. All right, looks like I'll have to make one up. I am going to say that there is one called the Glass Swan. And it is in the center of town. And you guys are currently here.
Oh, okay.
In this district. Nya.
No.
Yeah. And it is over here in the market district.
Gotcha.
So you're about 1, 2, 3, 4 districts away.
Jeez. Pretty far. All right.
It's a very
Well,
big city.
we
It's a
need
huge city. It's the capital city.
Yeah.
All right.
guys. We need to find this Morton guy.
You want to find
Also-
Morton. Morton, not far away. He's his shop around corner for postal services.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much. Please breathe a light of ceremony.
Grax, you're going first.
Well, all right. All right.
It's fine. I have his weapon. He can't shoot us in the back again.
He shot me, thank you very much.
Real,
Real, you are part
I know,
of
I
us
know
now.
it's difficult for you, but perhaps you could ease off on the preaching whilst we're in the city.
Well, what's wrong with preaching? People do it all the time.
Well, do you remember the dire warning that we got coming in of not to draw attention to ourselves?
Not a clue.
Okay,
Makes sense.
to put it simpler, not everyone around here worships Saren Ray. In fact,
Oh, I could change that in a heartbeat.
no. Jack starts snapping his fingers at him. Focus. No. Most people,
Federal.
and if I'm right to assume this, most people around here would be Pharasma worshippers, or, well,
Ah, my
foes.
buddy.
What?
Pharasma and I, we go way
No.
back.
Let's see. In Whitethrone,
We just start vomiting all over again.
religion is. Actually, they don't often follow
Make the
religion
goat
here. It is a
breathe
very
quicker.
arcanist town, which
Yes,
means
we
that
know
mostly
that.
it's noble. It's mostly nobles, and it's mostly people who worship the Wtches because of their great and powerful magic. Also,
All right.
apparently, there is a shrine to a fire-breathing goat.
Yes. All right. But we should probably head towards the
But
post
yeah.
office then.
Jack will explain that to Rill, that their religion isn't a huge focus here.
Well, it's a huge focus for me. It's part of everything.
Yes,
Everything
yes,
that I
but that is for you. These people are not you. In fact, among everyone here, you, Kyrie, and Grax now draw the most attention, and we need to draw the least amount of attention. So by you spouting off Sarin Ray nonsense constantly, that's going to draw a lot.
Right.
Yes.
While the two old biddies are bickering, where is this place we're supposed to go?
Just around the corner.
Literally just around the corner.
Nonsense.
Then that's where I'm headed.
Let me
Yes,
tell you
you heard
something.
me. Nonsense.
Ditto. Also headed there.
All right.
Yep, same.
Listening to the two old women start bickering in the background, you begin to make your way towards a what looks to be a humble home. Out the front, it seems to have signs indicating that it is a printing press, a place where people would go, much like the guy you spoke to make flyers and the like. As you knock on the door, a man emerges from within.
Oh, he looks shifty.
He
Kyrie
closes
is
the
going to
door in
say-
your face and says, well, fuck you too, and slams the door and fucking walks back in.
He's
That
still
wasn't a
back there
character.
bickering.
Turns to his wife and
Exactly.
says, you know, these fucking guys just shut up at my door, called me shifty. What the fuck?
All right, so
Yeah.
I was say he's still back arguing with his,
Right.
with his bride,
Exactly.
and we're moving on.
Where are we going
Yeah,
next?
that
Kyrie.
was in character.
So Kyrie, just in case someone else is getting the idea, any ideas, is gonna go. I'm sorry, I'm looking for. Is your name Norman? Yes, I know
Morton.
it's Morton. I know it's
Oh.
Morton. Is your name Norman?
Was ist das, Norman? Why are you talking, who is,
Is it?
no, I am Morton.
Irrisen?
No, I am Morton. I'm
Oh,
actually, I'm from Cheliax originally, but no, this is also,
apologies. I must have misheard the name when it was said to me. I didn't want to give him the name and then have it.
I am very confused as to what you are. I'm going to go back inside now.
No.
Wait. We need some
Friend
upgrades.
of yours. What the hell is this dude's name that sent us here?
You can make a wisdom check if you want to recall memory.
Okay, cool.
It's like you called me Norman, and then I told you my real name, and then you said, "Oh yeah, you're the guy I'm looking for." This is exactly how scams work. I am not
Yes,
buying it.
that's true. That's
It's
true.
literally
What the hell?
exactly what a scam would be
Wait.
like.
Wait, how do I roll a wisdom?
You just
Oh, there we go. Got it.
yeah.
Sure, Jesus.
You have
Someone
no
else
i-
speak.
You have no idea who this guy is.
Grax kind of just steps forward. And he's like, "We need some upgrades," and just winks at him.
Oh my God.
I am not a blacksmith.
I'm
Please,
going to grab
please-
Grax and pull him back,
Ah!
and then let either Kichiro or Cromwell take over.
We should give, well, we've come a long way, and they're somewhat strange, but we heard that you might be able to provide accommodation. Wink.
You can still hear like arguing in the background.
Accommodation. I'm terribly sorry, but I am not running a bed and breakfast.
Well, you might know where accommodation is for people without.
Oh, he seems to have.
Is that enough to remember his name?
He seems to have come up with it. And yes, you remember the name Ringair, who is the name of the guy you saved. Also, really quickly, welcome into the Raiders from Windy JD&D. Thank you so much for joining us. I wish I could tell you what's going on. Our group is trying to get papers to walk around in this very, very policed city. And they are confusing the poor man who's supposed to forge their papers.
And for some reason, they won't stop winking at the poor guy.
They don't. He thinks they're a bunch of scammers who are trying to potentially elicit sexual favors from him. He is.
Know what I mean?
I mean, that's fair with how this has gone so far.
Oh, actually, before I forget, I actually forgot to mention the unwelcomed arrival, by the way, was the giant ooze thing, by the way. Just,
That was
FYI.
unwelcome.
Yeah, sorry. Just FYI. All right.
Thanks a lot, Schooly Eye.
All right. Kichiro's going to step forward and apologize for his companions. I apologize for their behavior. We ran into Ringa earlier, and he sent us your way. He said you might be able to help us out.
Yes, Mr. Ringer. He does good work. Well, yes, I think I understand what you're trying to say. Come, quick, come out of the snow. He gestures for you to all enter.
Yeah.
Kyrie, Will, are these two in the back here yet, or are they still arguing?
Yes.
They're
Yes.
still
He goes to
arguing.
the door.
We're
Real's
done.
like,
Eject totally won that argument.
no, Real, no, we're not.
And now it's back on. All right.
Real's completely like, well, everybody needs a bit of glory and a bit of light in their life, and you gotta walk around. You gotta go door to door, and you gotta knock on people's doors, and you gotta spread.
Eject just
all
walks
this, you
away.
Hey, wait a minute, come back here. I haven't finished with you yet. This is exactly
Nope.
what happened where I was before. And he just goes on and on.
Real's basically realizing this is why everyone leaves me.
Okay. Well, if Ringo has sent you, then of course I will do what I can to abide and help where I can. But the papers, they don't come cheap, and well, I would need proper credentials if you have any. You guys were given some by Ringo.
Yeah, the papers that we have already, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we have ones that were to get us through the gates, but we were
Yes,
warned
let
that
me have.
they may
let's
not
have a look
hold
at
on.
He looks at them and his eyes go wide. Stilyagi! Ha! Ringo wanted to pass you off as the Stilyagi. Well, I mean, I suppose you can. It's if you wish to.
Still Yagi.
Stilyagi, you know, these how you say they are like the like when a noble the Jadvija, who are the people in charge, they are the nobles. When they want to be tutored in ways of other countries, foreign affairs, they will hire people much like foreigners to come and teach them, and these are what the Stilyagi are.
Well, he did say that he was trying to pass us off as those foreigners, not as Stilyagi.
Well, the trouble is that if any of the guards catch you and ask you for which Jadvija you serve, I'm fairly sure that most of you do not know the Jadvija here by name, do you? You actually do know one Jadvija name, and you can make a wisdom check to try and remember his name.
I was gonna say, I remember fighting him.
You did.
Yeah. I just don't remember his name. I just have him listed as Jadvija.
Нет.
So we can all do a wisdom check.
Oh, that was almost a 1. Ooh, that was almost a 1.
Oh, you said a wisdom, not a will. Oops.
Wisdom. Grax. No.
Okay,
No, it has to be a wisdom.
Yeah, I got a. Yep.
I got a 19.
Right.
No.
Rill is the only one who does. Actually,
I'm gonna
Rill
use my
wasn't
nat
there.
20. I'm gonna use my nat 20.
You're gonna use your nat 20? All right. Sorry, Rill. Sorry, my bad. You did. I will say this. You get full props, and I'll say that you will also know this name. All right.
Okay.
The Jadwija that you know. Let me just go through here real quick.
Hello.
Did you?
Yep.
Would Jack remember the name because he was in that area? I mean, for most of his life.
You still need to make the knowledge check. Of the
Knowledge check?
wisdom check. Wisdom check.
All right. Let me see if I can. My wisdom is 10, so it's literally gonna be a flat roll. But yeah, no, not even Jack can remember.
No, you would just call him the Jadwija, but you know this dude as Radosek Pavel.
I do have that name. Never mind.
Yep, Radosek Pavel, and his goat.
Goat's name.
Yeah, the goat does have a name. The goat's name is
Duke.
What was the goat's name? What was it?
Yeah, that's what we. That's what.
Called Steak.
That's what we did. We changed its name to Duke after Duke invaded our game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Duke invaded the game, so we called it Duke now. Yeah. So anyway, yes, you do know the name of a Jadwija. So if you mention it.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, you talk about Pavril, right?
Was? Was ist das?
Radosek Pavril.
Oh, well, it seems this the goblin is a man of good learning. Yes, no, okay, well, maybe these.
No.
Well, I mean, I didn't hear any of the other of you speak of a Jadvija's name. I will continue
Well,
talking.
he does speak the name that he tried to kill.
Well, did you kill him?
No, we didn't.
Then he would still be on the register and would still be alive, and you can very easily still use his name. All right. Well, in which case these credentials will do perfectly fine. I will be able to to work and get you these together. It shouldn't take me more than a day or so. In the meantime, I would say that you should probably try and keep a low profile wherever you can, and perhaps if you are going to explore some of the town, perhaps do so as something a little bit less conspicuous as a Stilyagi till I'm done. Here are some temporary papers for you as laborers or slaves of some of these travelers here.
Of Radisek.
But don't worry, these are only temporary. Just as long as you keep your head down and don't cause a ruckus, then you should not cause anyone to notice. Also, I would probably say I wouldn't keep your weapons in clear sight, and Mr. wearing the shiny armor over there, probably not in your best interest to be wearing something like that. Also, I don't know if it's a thing, but black is a very bad color this season. Just people have been talking in words. Oh, actually, you know what? I've got something for that. Here, he hands you a small ointment vial, and if you rub this ointment on your armor, it will glamour it and change it to a different color.
Ooh, rust instantly.
Ooh, awesome.
He says, "Yeah, if in case you can work, it's fine. I mean, consider this on the house. Just as part of helping." My dear friend, is he okay? I haven't heard from him in some time.
He's better now that he's out of jail.
We got him out.
Wonderful. I'm glad that he is out and able to hopefully continue his fine work with the followers of Milani. Now, if you are seeking them, they are somewhere within the city. If you care to look. But I would, again, as I say, wait until you get the papers to be able to move more freely. But as I said, these will not come cheap, and unfortunately, money here is not what I am seeking. There are quite a great many people who I have helped move from their positions here within the city out to freedom beyond. But unfortunately, sometimes these delays, such as when your smuggling captain is imprisoned, is drain on the resources. So I'll need you to perform a heist of some kind, presuming that you are, of course.
Yo, I'm in.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, you see, a large troop of sled dogs have brought food from the surrounds, and they are currently being stored in the warehouses nearby. If you were to simply, dispose of a few of the crates, not necessarily all of them. Enough to get a decent supply, but not so much that it would draw a city-wide search, then I would do these papers with no charge whatsoever.
What's in the crates?
Food.
Food, I was saying. Listen, man, listen!
Just said.
That's alright.
What's in the
It's food. It's sustenance, for eating with the mouse.
Yeah.
What kind of food?
Doesn't matter.
Depends on where it comes from. I don't know. I haven't looked at the shipment myself, but food is food.
I'm quite intrigued.
I'm kind of intrigued too. I'm excited to see.
Look, it's not supposed to be intriguing. It's supposed to be work.
I know.
Go do this thing, or I'm not going to do your.
We're gonna do it.
To make your
We're gonna do
papers.
So there's a warehouse where there was a recent delivery. The dogs brought in food. You'd like us to procure enough food to help, but not so much that it draws too much attention.
Yeah.
Can you point out where the warehouse is?
Well, if you head towards the center of the Howling District, it will be, if you basically see where the gate is, it will lead into where the guard post is. Then slightly to the left of that, or west side of the that guard post, there's a small hill that rises up, and there's a small storage unit that's up there. That's where you want to go.
Okay.
Presumably, if we are moving around as slaves, as you put it, we should be moving with some purpose.
Possibly,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Slaves
I'm
aren't
not.
gonna have weapons and things like that.
Which is why I mentioned probably not best to have your weapons out and visible.
I more mean, should we be questioned? What would be the usual purpose?
Oh, well, it depends on what you're, I guess, supposed to be slaving as. I mean, I've just simply put down laborers, so any kind of menial task involving picking, lifting, or carrying things.
Such as food.
So, well, that might be a little bit trickier because some of the caravans, the drivers are accompanied by bodyguards, and these bodyguards can sometimes be winter wolves. So you want to be very careful about pretending to be their delivery drivers because the winter wolf may catch you. All right, well, if there's nothing further, I will get my belongings and begin my work. If you need a place to rest and recuperate, there is a cellar around the back of my house. Here is the key. Just make sure that it is locked whether you are coming or going. There's nothing down there of incrimination, but it is also where we help house some of the people we are smuggling out of the city. So I'd much rather not lose the key or not compromise the location.
Do you
Of
have
course.
any books
Understood.
Do I have
or
any
maps
books?
of
Or
this
maps?
place? Of Whitethrone?
I don't have a map of Whitethrone per se, but you could probably find one at the cartographers. Oh, actually, you know what? I might be able to print one. Let me see what I can do. He goes in the back and he has a very crude map of Whitethrone that he can give to you.
Something's better than nothing. What about a book on like nobility or anything of this place? Of the people here?
You want a book on
What about
nobility?
that? Yeah. What
well,
about
let's have a look.
something like that? Anybody else want to skin this guy for anything?
Well, you're asking for a lot of really, really free shit. And generally speaking, he just met you like 2 seconds ago. And he also does not have any books on nobility. But he does say, they say that there is a robust library in the center of town that may have books that you require.
Well, we should probably go and stash our things in the cellar and set up. I don't suppose you have a crate of magic weapons and items just hanging around?
9.
If we
All right.
look where they are, he might.
As our heroes make their way around the back and down to the cellar where they begin to prepare for their heist, that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will end the session for today. As we pan away from our scene, we now rejoin another scene far across Whitethrone in what looks to be a small palace. There, a pale white, kind of human-looking individual with blue eyes and like long white hair walks out to the balcony.
Bring them here.
2 guards walk in with what appear to be a couple of civilians that seem to be kind of bowing and sort of prostrating themselves in front of this this individual. As he turns, he looks them up and down.
Do you know who I am?
No, sir, I can't say I do. No, my lord, I'm afraid we are but humble folk from the town of Waldsby. We know nothing of the nobility and the caste here.
I don't know.
If you do not know me, then why have you come here?
Oh, well, we just came to sell our wares, sir. I'm a blacksmith, and I needed to purchase ingots and stuff to travel. But on my way out, I was stopped at the gate, and and they wouldn't explain why. And I've been in the dungeons for 3 days with no explanation. My wife is terrified, and our son back home is...
Your son? I would like to know more about your son. He is of great interest to me and the nobles. Take them. And if they refuse to talk, send out the mirror men to find what they can about this jet.
And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming and joining us today. My name has been Michael. I've been the Devils Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. And you can find it here so many times during the week. My God. I do games on Monday. I do games on Wednesdays. I do games on Fridays. And I do DAG reads on Sundays. But then I also do stuff on other people's channels as well. Careful Cantrip, for example, is currently on a hiatus, but I will be back over there on the 25th. But then I'll be going on a break because I'll be in Utah. Yay! So you know, we're coming back. The new season's coming back on the 25th.
You
so
know,
those
the
of you
best
who are...
way.
Yeah.
The best way you can be sure to know where a DAG might be at any point in time is to join the Discord.
That's actually true. Yes, 100% true. Go check out my Discord. Come hang out there. You'll definitely find me whenever I'm on. And yeah, it's also a cool place to hang out. Now, guys, we did go over time, so we are just going to whiz on past and pass our lovely raid on forward. But before we do, we'd like to take a quick moment to thank all the people who helped us out today. A big shout out and thank you to Fantasy Grounds who came and raided us earlier on today. You guys are a bloody inspiration. Thank you so much to, let's see, Winter's Tales, Windy J, D&D, who else? Was that it? No, that was it. There was only 2. We had 2 raids. Oh, we had a 3rd raid. Must be a lie. But yes, thank you guys for coming and joining us today. We hope that you are having an amazing week, and the rest of your week chooses to be equally as fruitful. We shall raid. Is there anyone to raid? Why is no one awake? Let's see. Who is doing things? Yes, Robbie. Tony is an amazing human being. Thank you, Tony, for gifting the sub to Robbie. Let's see. All right, well, it doesn't seem to be anyone doing stuff, but let's see. How does our friends over on... Let's browse the chat. Let's see if there's any like streamers with like 1 or 2 people that's doing stuff. Let's go see if we can make someone's day, shall we?
Yeah.
Browse the D&D category. Let's see. Preferably someone speaking English, because a lot of time around this time of day, see a lot of people who speak Russian and Chinese and Japanese. Let's see. Dun dun dun. Die drei Schlussfaust. Nope. Okay, this looks like a cute one. If you're speaking English, let's find out. Fingers crossed. No ads. Sorry, it's loading. Oh, you know what? You know who just came online? Our dear friends, One Shot Questers. All right, we're gonna go raid One Shot Questers because he's just come online just then, and I think that is a perfect place to be because he is doing some D&D stuff. What is he doing?
Yeah,
let's do it. Boom, stuff. Filming in progress. All right, we're gonna go raid into One Shot Questers, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope that you stay safe and stay wonderful. Until we meet again, as always, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, everyone.